around how I lead the team as we navigate in a market that I personally have never been in. So we don't have a ton of deals under contract right now because our inventory is so low, but we just have so many that we're qualifying. They're actively house hunting. I mean, it's like the whole dynamic of our day-to-day job has to kind of shift a little bit. How do I lead us through that?
Here's the deal is you just like, first off, you have to have an awareness what you do. This is a different market. For you, just to give you guys context, Jill's only been in the business for 4 years, so she doesn't have like this dramatically huge database, so she's not getting inundated by refis. Am I correct, Jill?
Correct.
The truth is, if you didn't have that, I would say, well, look, the buying cycle now is elongated. That's it. That's all that's happened.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the buying cycle right now is elongated. It's just longer. Like when we have markets where there's like where it's a buyer's market, you get a pre-approval, they go out and they get the contract that weekend, and you've got your contract on your desk on Monday, right?
Right.
So now you have a market where you get the pre-approval and they're just sitting there. So you have to have a system to stay in touch with those people, which you now have, right?
Right.
And that's what it is. So now instead of one person equals one deal next month, it's like 10 people equals one deal next month, but you still have 9 that are going to be future buyers.
Right.
So it's this amazing problem to have. You just have to, like, the geeky sales term is you have to incubate the leads more. I don't know if you guys have heard that, right? You just have to have you have to have an incubation process for the leads, which you have, because if you're at this level right now, you now have a system that you're staying in touch with them every 2 weeks in house hunting. That's the thing. So for your own mindset, you don't get frustrated about it. You just help people through it, right? So you become a little bit of a therapist. That's another thing. Therapist, psychologist, coach, right, to your client, because your client's getting beat down because they just went out and they just made 3 offers and didn't get any of them, right?
Right.
And so you have to put on your coach's hat with the clients a little bit, like what I do. Hey, stay in the game. You're going to find your dream home right now. This is only a market, like anything can switch and change. I think having any kind of definable tactic to get a house is better. This is a great opportunity of why you want to use a local lender. I'm okay making a call to the listing agent on your behalf to verify how good you are from a financial perspective, if I can help out anything right there. I think, I don't know if I'd get into that, but I would also help some of the realtors. Getting strategic about contingencies is something like that can work. I don't know if I want to endorse this, but I'll tell you that in markets that I've worked on, like we've waived certain contingencies just to get the contracts. I've definitely helped people on that. Like an appraisal contingency in this market isn't worth a whole lot, right? There's not a lot of value there. So, you know, for somebody that's savvy, you can help them through that decision. Home inspection for just informational purposes only can work too for somebody that's savvy, you know, that might have more liquid reserves, might like, you know what, I'm okay if the water heater needs to be rebuilt or the roof needs to be, I've got an extra 15,000. I just want this house. Okay, cool. Like you can help people talk through. That's usually a realtor's job, but if the realtor's job isn't doing it, sometimes you think through those type of things. If you have the capacity to close in 14 days, that can add water to a contract. I know when I was doing it, those are kind of the things I would be ascertaining who the borrower was, and then like what kind of strategic objective could I use with them to see if I could help out. If I had somebody like a first-time home buyer who was super nervous, I'd probably shy away and just coach them through making offers and not getting them. But if you're having somebody that's on a 3rd or a 4th time, there's just a lot of strategies out there that you can have conversations with. Hey, do you feel comfortable with that? Hey, I'm putting 25% down. Okay, cool. Is an appraisal, is this your house? Is an appraisal contingency at all at any value to the transaction? No, I guess I'm okay if it comes in 5 or 10,000 low. I'd still be at 20%. I'd still be at 80% LTV. Okay, cool. Well, then I think you should consider that, because going into a listing agent without having an appraisal contingency in this market might be the one that kicks it ahead. So you kind of have to put on a bunch of different hats right there. So sales, your sales cycle is just longer. And then you do have to be more of a coach and a therapist. I don't know if you go there, because the relationships I had with agents, they were okay if I went there, because they were kind of asking me too, like, well, what else could we do? Like, they're just as frustrated as the buyers are, right? Because they're driving around on Sundays making offers. They haven't even gotten paid yet. So some clients, they're on like their 9th month with them and hasn't made $1 yet. But this is also a time for them lovingly to up their skills too in this type of thing. Like, you got to look outside the box a little bit on some of these things. Escalation clauses with caps on top, that works. Okay, is this your house? Yes. Okay, we can put a $5,000 cap on an escalation clause and probably get it, because I don't think that person's going to go $5,000 over. Is that okay? Is that worth it? Let's run long-term numbers on that. You got to bring an extra $1,000 to the table for putting 20% down. Do you have it? Is that okay? But I think that's why we get paid so well, because like you get to adapt to markets that you're in.